What's up, everybody? Robert here, and I'm going to go over the Digital Creator by AI course that we have here. It's brand new, and we're going to go over a lot of stuff that we've taught in the past, but we're going to talk about it in a new light. We're going to be using AI. We're going to use some new strategies, and there's a lot of new products out there. So, even though this is something that's age old, we've been teaching for 10 years now, a lot of good nuggets in there. And if you've been following me for a while, then you know that I've had a lot of trainings in the past, and you're probably one of the ones, if you're watching this, that has asked me about my dropship courses or all my other training courses. And, I've said to you and others that I've thrown them all away. And I've thrown them all away because I wanted to start new. I wanted to bring out fresh content. And so again, even though this is age-old stuff, a lot of the stuff that I'm teaching here is stuff that I've taught a lot in the past. There's a lot of golden nuggets here. So do pay attention and do take it as if it's brand new content, because most of it actually is. All right. So two things that we're really going to talk about here, or I guess two sections that we have here. We have the introduction. And in that section, I want to talk about the different types of products that you have available for you to sell in the context of being a digital creator. And specifically for e-commerce. I'm not talking about books. I'm not talking about creating courses or anything like that, music, any of that stuff. Although you can take these same principles and apply it there, we're going to stay in the context of consumer products for e-commerce. All right. So the introduction, we'll talk about those products, and then we're going to talk about the different platforms you could sell on. Everybody's hyped up about Etsy right now. Shopify was a past trend. Shopify is still hot. There's so many platforms out there, and we're going to talk about which ones are available, what are the best, and what are the pros and cons of them. So that's the introduction. And the reason why we talked about that in the very beginning is I really want you to see what's out there, what are the different things that you could do, see the different products, see the different selling platforms. So when we actually jump into the training and you start deciding on your niche, you start doing the product research, especially these two steps right here, deciding your niche and then doing product research, you already have in the back of your mind, you already have the types of products that are available, and you also know where you could sell these different types of products, because that's important when you're deciding your niche. Some niches will do better on something like Etsy, or some products will do better on something like Etsy, and some products will do better on your Shopify store. Some of them will do better on merch by Amazon or Amazon merch. So there's a lot of different opportunities out there. And when you are doing your niche research and your product research, you really want to understand the different types of products and the different types of platforms. Okay. And then after we talk about your niche and your product, we'll show you some strategies there and show you a bunch of cool stuff there. I'm actually going to show you or give you a 90-day product plan. And this plan is actually really good to get you to have 90 products up in 90 days. And it typically takes a month to get sales, to really start getting sales, unless you do some of the marketing hacks that I might point out here as a bonus part of this training. But 3 months, 90 days is really a good amount of time, and 90 products is a good set of products to get up. And we do it over that period of time just because we don't want you to get burnt out. We don't want you to load a whole bunch of stuff up in the very beginning and 90 products in the first 7 days, because then you're going to do a lot of work without a whole lot of experience. And then so we'll start with 15 products, and then we'll build onto those, because over the course of those 90 days, especially the first 60 days, you're going to get a lot of experience. You're going to pull in a lot of data. You're going to gather a lot of information that you could actually use to crush it in the last 30 days of those 90 days. So even though you can do it much faster, I would say not. I would say go through with the plan and spend the 90 days and learn. Use the extra time. If you have extra time, then use it to learn, use it to do research, or use it to add more products. Just keep the same plan, right? When I talk about adding 15 products at first, maybe you're going to add 30. Maybe you could add 90 in the first day, but you still want to keep the 90-day plan, just larger numbers. Okay, and I'll explain that when we go over that. But that's super, super, super important. Okay, and I think that here is going to be the most important part of running your stores, is actually collecting the data and testing everything out in those 90 days. All right. With that plan, you'll have a structure of your products and how you're going to release those products, but you won't have anything to do. You won't have any steps. And so I'm going to give you the products or the product plan in conjunction with the product setup steps. So that way, for each day or each of the times you're setting up products within these first 90 days, you're using that product setup plan. That way you get everything right for each of those products. Okay, so that's it. I want to jump into the training, move on to the next video.